No, I should have changed my name just for, when I go to pick up a package at the post office, I got to go through this whole routine. What is your name?
I think you're being cute. I don't.
How do you spell that? And I got to go through a whole routine, And
I love the name Geshite.
I'm amazed because I told you right from the beginning. Any time you change your name, just change the fucking.
Do you know what Geshite means?
I know. I know what it means. Yeah. I once went down south to play golf with two fanatical golfers, and we ended up at this lovely small pink hotel that came out of the 30s. The clerk says, "What is your name?" And he says, "Howard Zeef." Zeef? How do you pronounce that? He says, "Well, you're doing a good job. How do you spell it?" And he spells it. I said, "What kind of name is that?" He says, "It's German." German, huh? Okay. Next guy steps up. His name is Martin Forscher. Forscher, how do you spell that? And he spells it. He says, "What kind of name is that?" He says, "It's German." "Oh, German, huh?" So I'm in the back cringing. I said, "Uh-oh, wait till I get to me, Then finally, "Okay, what is your name?" I said, "Alfred Geshite." He says, "Excuse me?" That was a perfect example of three fucked up names. But it's not New York, they don't have names like that, So I've had to suffer with that name Geshite. The only good thing about it is since I'm in the arts, there's crazy names all over the place, All I know is I left painting because I went as far as I could, and then I said I can't go any further, and then somehow or other photography just hit me as being marvelous. When that first image came up, I said, I found my profession. I have moments in every decade, another moment. You see, what you're dealing with me is, you probably don't see it on this wall, but I can work documentary stuff, which I love, which I started with. And then when I got into commercial work, it was illustration. And then I go back and forth. I really can say I'm retired now. I just, what I'm going to do is run out and find some great photograph that I missed. I mean, I think I've done enough. Unless I see something that's so interesting to me, I got to grab a camera and shoot it. It happened like last week. I was down in the village and I saw one of those buses that takes tourists around. You see them, tourists, yeah. But on it was something that was amusing, and I forget what it was, but I wish I had my camera. It was great, I mean, I feel good about that because I wouldn't want to feel, oh shit, the pictures I've missed and so forth. It'd be that way if I lived to 200. It's that way. So, yeah.
I mean, I've long known that he was my best friend. And everybody has a best friend, and I guess I was lucky to have my brother as my best friend. Al would notice things and ask me about them. He would never... I mean, I would look at Al's pictures, and I wouldn't say, "What made you take the picture of that cat by the trash can?" or anything like that. I mean, I would just look at them and try to get what I could. And I think he did the same thing with my dancing. The book I did write, it's been published digitally, called Part Real, Part Dream, Dancing with Martha Graham. That lady was an adventure as good as any bombing mission I ever flew. You never knew where you were going to go with her.
Do I like living in New York? I love it. I really do. Yeah, this is my town.
I love the country too, but I'm a city creature. This is my environment. Al had some beautiful pictures of the Twin Towers that he had made. Well, he liked the Twin Towers. I guess we all did. And on that day, we were to do it in a gallery on West Broadway, maybe just a little north of Canal Street. So I set out on my bicycle, and as soon as I walked out the door, people were milling around, and that's when I discovered that the Twin Towers were on fire. I started down on Broadway. By then I could see people streaming north. I was just sort of standing there and watching the people coming north. And I see a man who's covered with ash. There was even ash on his eyebrows. I mean, when you're covered with ash all over your body, to walk along as though nothing happened is a sign that there's something the matter. You know, maybe he's in a state of shock. And I says, "Are you okay?" "Yeah." He attracted about 10 people who said, "Come on, we'll take you to St. Vincent's or whatever hospital was near." And he was just, "Okay, whatever you want to do." Because he had obviously been in the cloud. And of course, you know, everybody realized this is a turning point in the world. There's a strange sort of camaraderie. People that didn't like New York suddenly realize, hey, that's part of my world too. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the hell out of him.
You remind me of a joke. This is in a Catholic church, and I suppose he's a father. He's in his little domicile where he listens to people's problems, and he has to go to the bathroom real fast. So he opens the door, and the super happens to be coming by, and he says, "Will you take over here for about 5 minutes? I got to take a prep." He says, "I've never done this in my life." He says, "Just, you'll see all the symptoms, and then you'll see the penalties you pay." So the guy can't protest. The guy leaves. He's inside the confessional. So a woman steps up, and he said, "Well, what have you done?" And she said, "Well, I went down on a married man." He said, "Okay." Goes all the way down. Not there. Penalty, not there. So he opens up the door, and one of the choir boys comes by, and he said, "You know what the Father gives for a woman who goes down on a married man?" And he said, "No, but he gives me 2 Cokes and a candy bar." Okay.